Dear students, I am Dr. Narendra Kumar Mahapatra, retired Associate Professor of Chemistry in BJB Autonomous College. I am here to teach you organic chemistry, and the topic of discussion is your alkyl halides. Dear students, as you know that from our first year classes we have seen that organic compounds, the basic compounds in organic chemistry is that of hydrocarbon, that containing carbon and hydrogen, and that hydrocarbon has also various types: alkane, alkene and alkynes. And alkane is the most important part of hydrocarbons, which is used to prepare all other class of organic compounds. Therefore, alkyl halide is usually derived from parent hydrocarbon, that is your alkane. Therefore, alkyl halides are derivative of hydrocarbon, chalcane, where one of the hydrogen atoms is replaced by the equal number of one halogen atoms, that is CnH2n plus 2 minus hydrogen plus X. This gives you CnH2n plus 1 X. This is your alkyl, which may be written as Rx, where R is an alkyl group. So, general formula you can say general formula of alkyl halide is Rx, where X is your chlorine, bromine and iodine. Now, this alkyl halide may be of various types depending on the nature or the number of halogen atoms replacing the hydrogen atoms. The types of alkyl halide, you can say types of alkyl halides are monohalide. You can say alkyl monohalide, where one of the hydrogen atom is replaced by one halogen atoms, that is you can say R chlorine or R bromine or R iodine, or for example you can say methyl chloride, C2H5 bromide and C3H7 iodine. So, these are monohalides. It may be also dihalide, where two halogen atoms are replacing two hydrogen atoms. Dihalide may be example you can say CH2Cl2, you can say CH2Cl, CH2Cl, or you can say CH3CHCl. So, these are dihalides, and these dihalides may be classified as alkyl JM dihalide, or it may be alkyl vicinal dihalide, where JM dihalides are compounds containing two halogen atoms on two adjacent on the same carbon atom. For example, you can say CH3CHCl. When two halogen atoms are replacing two hydrogen atoms on the same carbon atom, it is called alkyl JM dihalide. Or vicinal dihalide are those halides where two halogen atoms are replacing two hydrogen atoms on two adjacent carbon atoms. That means when the halogen atoms CH2, Cl, CH2Cl. So this is vicinal dihalide, this is geminal dihalide, where it may be CH3, CH, Cl, CH2Cl. So when two halogen atoms are present on two adjacent carbon atoms, which is dihalide, and third one is your alkyl trihalide and multihalide, you can say alkyl trihalide, or you can say alkyl or alkyl multihalides, depending on the number of halogen. Trihalides may be CH, or in other words you can say it may have CH2, CH3, CH, Cl, CH, Cl, etc., etc. So you can say alkyl dihalide or multihalides may be trihalide, tetrahalide, pentahalide, etc., etc. Usually, dear students, you know, when we say alkyl halide, it is alkyl monohalide. Alkyl halide or alkyl monohalide. Our prime topic is alkyl monohalide or haloalkanes, you can say alkyl halide or haloalkane. As I have told you, the alkyl halide is that alkyl halide where one hydrogen atom is replaced by one halogen atoms. General formula, as you know, you can say RX, where X is chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So alkyl monohalide may be further classified into three categories. That is alkyl halide, you can say alkyl halides. Alkyl halides are classified into three categories. One is alkyl it is primary alkyl halide. Primary alkyl halide are those alkyl halide where the halogen atom is present on primary carbon atom, that is CH3 Cl or CH3 CH2Cl, etc., etc., or you can say CH3 CH2 CH2Cl. So these are primary alkyl halide. Second one, it is also written as, in short, 1 degree alkyl halide. Similarly, another is secondary alkyl halide. Secondary alkyl halide, or it may be 2 degree alkyl halide. 2 degree alkyl halide, where the halogen atom is present on secondary carbon atom. Secondary carbon atom is that carbon atom which is connected to two other carbon atoms. That is, you can say, for example, you can have CH3 CH Cl CH3, or we can write this in this way, CH3 CH CH3 Cl. So you can say this is your secondary alcohol. It's called isopropyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, or it is called 2-chloropropane. It is called 2-chloropropane. Isopropyl alcohol, this is secondary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol, or in the 3 degree alkyl halide. 3 degree alkyl halide. Example is CH3, 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 Cl. This is tertiary butyl chloride. Tertiary butyl chloride, or it is called 2-methyl. In IUPAC system, it is called 2-methyl 2-chloropropane. So, alkyl halides are classified into 3 categories: 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alkyl halides, and the examples are like. Now, let us come to the nomenclature of alkyl halide. The nomenclature of, as you know, dear students, nomenclature of organic compounds basically are of 2 types: nomenclature, or in other words, naming of alkyl, nomenclature of alkyl halide. Nomenclature of alkyl halide. Alkyl halides, as you know, there are 2 ways for naming the alkyl halide. One is called common system of naming, common system of naming. In this system of naming, the organic compounds or alkyl halides are named as alkyl halide. Name of the alkyl groups, then name of the halogen, and replacing halogen by IDE, the alkyl halide. In case of IUPAC system of naming, it is called haloalkane. Haloalkane. Now, let us come to nomenclature of some of the examples. Say name of compounds, common naming, and IUPAC naming, IUPAC naming, common naming and IUPAC naming. And first of all, you can say the simple molecule of alkyl halide is methyl chloride. Methyl chloride is named as methyl. Name of the alkyl group is methyl. The alkyl group name comes from the parent hydrocarbon, parent alkane, that is methane. So methyl halide, methyl chloride. And according to IUPAC, it is a haloalkane. Name the halogen is, according to IUPAC system, the halogen is treated as a substituent, not as the functional group. Therefore, the name of the halogen is written as suffix to the parent hydrocarbon. Therefore, it is called chloromethane. Similarly, you can have another compound CH3, CH2, Cl. Name of this compound is propyl chloride. Propyl chloride is called N-propyl chloride, normal propyl chloride, because it has 2 isomers. Another one is called CH3, CH, Cl, CH3. This is isopropyl chloride, isopropyl chloride. In IUPAC system, this is 1-chloropropane. This is 2-chloropropane. So in this case, you can see the N-propyl chloride and isopropyl chloride, they are isomers, and the position of the chlorine is at 1 position, it is at 2 position, therefore name is 1-chloropropane, 2-chloropropane. And this is a primary alkyl halide, this is a secondary alkyl, because the halogen atom is present on one carbon atom which is connected to another carbon atom, but here the halogen atom is present on the carbon atom which is connected to 2 other carbon atoms. Therefore, it is similarly other compounds you can have CH3, CH, CH2, CH, bromine, you can have here another compound CH3. Name of this compound is, it is called isobutyl bromide, and the other one will be CH3, CH2 Br. This is N-butyl bromide, and the IUPAC name of this compound will be 2-bromo-butane, and this will be 1-bromo-butane. So in this way, the IUPAC, the nomenclature of compounds will be according to this way, the nomenclature of compound will be like this. Now let us come to the method of preparation of alkyl halides. Or before discussing method of preparation, let us discuss isomerism shown by these alkyl halides. Isomerism, usually alkyl halides give two types of isomerism. Isomerism of alkyl halide. Alkyl halide shows primarily one type of isomerism, that is your positional isomerism. It primarily shows positional isomerism, where you can say where the position of the substituent, that is halogen, will be at different positions. For example, you can say CH3, CH2, Cl. Another one is called CH3, Cl, CH3. So now you see here in this case of alkyl halide, the position of halogen, that is chlorine, is at one position, and here the position of the chlorine is 2 position. Therefore, it is 1-chloropropane. This is 2-chloropropane. So basically, the alkyl halide gives positional isomerism, that is the position of the functional group, I mean that is halogen atoms, are at 1 position or at 2 position. Other type of isomerism are also shown by the alkyl halide, but we are not going to discuss those. It will be beyond your course. Now let us come to methods of preparation. Methods of preparation of alkyl halide. Alkyl halides can be prepared in a number of ways. The fundamental methods of preparation of alkyl halides are of this type. By direct, you can say by direct halogenation of alkane. So parent hydrocarbon Ru, we can prepare alkyl halide by substituting hydrogen atom with the equal number of halogen atom. So this is done when alkane is treated with halogen in presence of diffuse sunlight. That gives you alkyl halide. Or that means you can say, take for example, methane is treated with chlorine in presence of diffuse sunlight. Diffuse sunlight, usually we write it as H nu, or otherwise you can say also heat it to 400 degree Celsius. This may be heated also 400 degree Celsius, or in presence of diffuse sunlight, not in direct sunlight. There you can get CH3Cl plus HCl. So this is methyl chloride. You can say this reaction is This reaction is an uncontrollable reaction because the reaction continues until all the hydrogen atoms of alkyl alkane is substituted. Therefore, in this method we cannot prepare exclusively alkyl monohalide because it will go to give you dihalide, trihalide and tetrahalide until all the hydrogen atoms are replaced by the halogen atoms. That means this methyl chloride will further react with another molecule of chlorine. In presence of diffuse sunlight, you will get CH2 Cl2 plus HCl. So this is dichloromethane. This is dichloromethane. Similarly, this reaction will also, as I have told you, dichloromethane will react with another molecule of chlorine to give you CHCl3, trichloromethane. This is called trichloromethane plus HCl. Trichloromethane, or this is also called chloroform. As you know, students, chloroform is used as an antiseptic or anesthetic in your operations. So this chloroform is formed, and that chloroform will further react with another molecule of chlorine in presence of diffuse sunlight to give you CCl4 plus HCl. That is carbon tetrachloride. This is called carbon tetrachloride. So this reaction continues. Until all the hydrogen atoms are replaced. Therefore, although you can prepare with monohalide, but this reaction is not used to prepare exclusively monohalide because the reaction continues to give you dihalide, trihalide, tetrahalide, or you can say multihalide. So by direct halogenation of alkane, this is first method. Another method, second method of preparation of alkyl halide is from alkenes. So here, in case of alkenes, we add halo acids. When alkenes are treated with halo acids, we get corresponding alkyl halide. That is, alkenes contains carbon-carbon double bond, any compound containing carbon-carbon double bond. When it is treated with a halo acid may be HCl, HBr and HI, and we get C, H here, single bond, X here. So this is your alkyl halide. Depending on the nature of halogen, we can get chloride, bromide or iodide. This is your alkene. Now, for example, you can say if you treat ethylene, CH2 double bond CH2 plus HBr, the product form will be CH3 CH2Br. Here simply the reaction is an addition reaction, as you see from this general reactions. This is your addendum. When addendum, one part of the addendum goes to one carbon atom, another part of the addendum goes to other carbon atom. Therefore, you get alkyl halide, and the double bond breaks to monohalide, single bond. For example, ethylene gives you ethyl bromide. Similarly, you can get other alkyl halides, but here the addition of halo acids to unsymmetrical alkyl halide. In case of unsymmetrical alkene, the products form according to Markovnikov rules. In case of unsymmetrical alkene, where you can say unsymmetrical alkene is of the type CH through CH double bond CH2. Why it is called unsymmetrical? Because the double bond has different carbon atoms. Here it is CH2, here one is the CH. Therefore, this is called unsymmetrical. In earlier case, in ethylene, this alkene is a symmetrical one. But here it is an unsymmetrical. When you are adding it to HBr, the product form will be CH3 CH BrCH3. This one, and another one will be formed CH3, CH2, CH2Br. So this will be a minor product, this will be a major product. That means if 80% of the product will be 2-bromo-propane, and 20% will be, it is called 2-bromo-propane. This is 1-bromo-propane. So this reaction is as per Markovnikov rules. The product here is as per Markovnikov rules. Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov rule says that when addition occurs in case of unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part of the addendum goes to that carbon atom which contains less number of hydrogen atom. Here the negative part of addendum is bromide, so bromide goes to this carbon atom and hydrogen goes to this carbon atom, because this carbon atom contains less number of hydrogen atom. However, in presence of a peroxide, the product will be just opposite to that of Markovnikov rule. In presence of, which is otherwise called anti-Markovnikov product. Anti-Markovnikov product in presence of peroxides. Suppose you are giving with peroxide may be benzoyl peroxide, acetyl peroxide. There are so many peroxides. Then the product will be CH3, CH, here bromine, CH3. Now it becomes minor product, and CH3, CH2, CH2Br, this becomes a major product. That means here 2-bromo-propane becomes a minor product and the 1-bromo-propane becomes a major product. So this is according to anti-Markovnikov rules. Anti-Markovnikov's rule, or is called Kharas rule, Kharas rule. So Kharas rule is just opposite. The anti-Markovnikov rule says that when addition occurs in an unsymmetrical alkene in presence of peroxide, the negative part of the addendum goes to that carbon atom which contains more number of hydrogen atom. This is the product opposite to that of Markovnikov rule. Hence it is called anti-Markovnikov rule or Kharas rule. So this is another method of preparation of alkyl halide from alkene. Other method of preparation of alkyl halide is third method of preparation is from alcohols. From alcohols we can prepare alkyl halide depending on different types or depending on nature of reagent we are adding. So from alcohols we can say from alkyl halides are prepared by the following methods. Which one is from, you can say by addition of, you can say by addition of HX. When alkyl halide is treated with haloacids, corresponding alkyl halide is formed. When alcohol is treated with haloacids, corresponding alkyl halide is formed. That is, you can say ROH plus HX, we get RX plus water. So here simply halogen atom is replacing the OH group. halogen atom is replacing the OH group to give you alkyl halide. And this reaction occurs in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride. Anhydrous zinc chloride. So when alcohol is treated with corresponding halo acids in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride, corresponding alkyl halide is formed. For example, we can say, so if we get CH3OH, if we treat it with HBr or HCl, whatever we call it, in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride. Zinc chloride acts as a dehydrating agent. It takes away the water molecule so that the reaction proceeds to forward direction. Hence, the product is favored CHBr plus water. Similarly, you can also take C2H5OH methyl plus HCl in anhydrous zinc chloride. It gives you C2H5 chlorine plus water. So by this method you can, so this reaction is otherwise known as the order of reactivity of this, the order of reactivity of alcohols is 3 degree alcohol, it is greater than 2 degree alcohol, it is greater than 1 degree alcohol. That means 3 degree alcohol gives you more product or quick reaction than 2 degree, than 1 degree. And the order of reaction, the order of reactivity of HX is HI greater than HBr, which is greater than HI. HCl. Halo acids order of reactivity will be HI greater than HBr, is greater than HCl. So the order of reactivity is 3 degree, 2 degree. So depending on this reactivity, we can classify, or this reaction is used to classify primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol, and the reaction is otherwise known as Lucas test. The reaction is called Lucas test. We will discuss this test when we discuss alcohol. So Lucas test is used to distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol by using this method. Second method of preparation from alcohol is by addition of, you can say by addition of PX3 or PX5, phosphorus trihalide or phosphorus pentahalide. So trihalide, pentahalide, when alcohol is treated with PX3 or PX5, corresponding alkyl halide is also formed. That is ROH plus PX3, phosphorus trichloride, this may be phosphorus trichloride, tribromide, triiodide, whatever may be. So phosphorus trihalide, product form will be RX plus H3PO3, phosphorus acid. If you balance this reaction, it will be 3 alcohol, 3 alkyl chloride, alkyl halide. For example, you can say if you treat methyl alcohol or methanol with PCl3, the product will be CH3Cl plus H3PO3. If you balance it, 3 alcohol and 3 methyl chloride, the product will be H3PO3. On the other hand, if you add ROH plus PX5, phosphorus pentahalide, then the product will be RX plus HX plus POX3, phosphorus oxychloride. So this will be, for example, when methyl alcohol is treated with PX5, the product form will be CH3X plus Cl plus HCl plus POCl3 phosphorus oxychloride. So these are the products. Actually what happens, we instead of using PX3 and PX5, because this PX3 and PX5 are explosive in nature, so they explode if you use this carelessly. Instead of using this, we use, for this reaction we use ROH plus X in presence of red phosphorus. When you carry out this reaction in presence of red phosphorus, and the reaction will that means reaction will proceed either through PX3 or to PX5, and PX3, PX5 are formed in situ. In situ means in the reaction medium itself, and the product will be RX. We do and other products. So therefore, instead of using PX3 and PX5, because these compounds are explosive in nature, we use halogen in presence of red phosphorus. Again, in this reaction, halogen, say chlorine, bromine, the chlorine is a gas, bromine is a liquid, therefore it is difficult to use this in the laboratory. So in the laboratory, we use ROH, the simple reaction, plus iodine in presence of red phosphorus, because iodine is a solid, red phosphorus is also solid. Therefore, the method of preparation of alkyl halide, alkyl iodide is preferred by treating this RI plus other products. So you can say, if you want to prepare alkyl halide from alcohol, we heat alcohol with, you can say, CH3OH plus iodine in presence of red phosphorus, heat it, then the product will be CH3I plus the other products. Other products depends on whether phosphorus is reacting with Pi3 or Pi5. Therefore, I am writing other products, but my final products will be methyl iodide. In this way, we can get alcohol by addition of alkyl halide by addition of PX3, PX5 to alcohol. The third method of preparation of alkyl halide from alcohol is by addition of thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride, that is SOCl2. So this reaction is exclusively for preparation of alkyl chloride. Alkyl bromide and alkyl halide cannot be prepared by this method. When alcohols are treated with thionyl chloride, they give you alkyl chloride, that is ROH plus SOCl2. This reaction is a very good reaction, because here the products formed are pure form. In other reactions, we get impure form because some part of alcohol is present, other byproducts are present, but here we get RCl plus sulfur dioxide plus HCl. So now here you see the sulfur dioxide is a gas, HCl is also a gas, therefore the product form will be in alkyl chloride is pure form. So therefore this method is used for preparation of pure alkyl chloride or alkyl chloride. For example, CH3OH plus thionyl chloride SOCl2, the product form will be CH3Cl plus SO2 plus HCl. So these are the methods for preparation of alkyl halides from alcohols. Fourth method of preparation of alkyl halide is that of from carboxylic acid. This is exclusively reaction method of reaction is called Huncy-Dickert reaction. H-U-N Huncy-Dickert reaction. So here what happens, silver salt of an alkyl carboxylic acid when heated with bromine in presence of carbon tetrachloride, the product form is alkyl bromide, that is RCOOAG. Silver salt of a carboxylic acid when heated with bromine in presence of carbon tetrachloride, heated, the product form will be R bromine plus carbon dioxide plus AgBr. So this reaction is an exclusive reaction from preparation of bromide from carboxylic acid, that is silver salt of carboxylic acid when treated with bromine in presence of neutral reaction medium, that is carbon tetrachloride, the product form is alkyl bromide. Particular example is if you say CH3 COOAG, this is silver acetate, silver acetic acid to acetate a silver acetate when it is treated with bromine in presence of carbon tetrachloride, heat it, the product form will be CH3Br plus carbon dioxide plus AgBr. This is your methyl bromide. So this reaction is an exclusive reaction. The mechanism is little bit difficult to understand, therefore we are not going to discuss this. So these are the methods of preparation of alkyl halide from alkyl halide. Now let us come to the properties of alkyl halide. Next step is properties of alkyl halide. Properties of alkyl halide. The alkyl halide, usually we discuss chemical properties. Physical properties is not that important, therefore we are not going to discuss that. But you just remember chemical properties. So chemical property of alkyl halide will be of more important because alkyl halide is a polar compound. Alkyl halide is a polar compound because the halogen atoms is it is because you can say halogen atom here attached to carbon atom is more electronegative atom. Therefore, this halogen atom develops a fractional negative charge, this carbon atom develops a fractional positive charge. So due to development of these fractional charges, these alkyl halides are known as polar because they are pole. So they are polar molecules. That is why these alkyl halides are very reactive substances, and these alkyl halides are used to prepare almost all other types of organic compounds by replacing halogen atoms. And most of the reactions of alkyl halides may be substitution reactions, elimination reactions, reduction reactions. There are so many reactions of alkyl halide. First one is that the reduction reaction. So reduction is addition of hydrogen. You know that when alkyl halide is treated with a reducing agent of various types, there are in organic compounds we use a number of reducing agents like hydrogen in presence of platinum, palladium, or in presence of hydrogen in presence of you can say tin in presence of HCl, or lithium aluminum hydride, or sodium in presence of alcohol. All these reactions you can say Rx plus 2 nascent hydrogen. It gives you can say sodium in presence of alcohol. We get RH plus HX. Reduction of alkyl halide gives you parent alkane. This is your alkane. For example, we can say CH3 bromine plus 2 nascent hydrogen. Nascent hydrogen are represented by this way, gives you sodium in presence of alcohol. It gives you CH4 plus HBr. Therefore, you can say reduction of alkyl halide, because alkyl halide gives you all types of reactions. This is reduction. Second one is that of your elimination. Elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. Elimination reaction where when alkyl halide is treated with eliminating agent like alcoholic KOH, then one molecule of haloacids are removed to give you alkene. So this reaction is called dehydrohalogenation. That is, and this reaction is preferably carried out in case of alkyl halide containing more than one carbon atom, because alkene gives you carbon-carbon double bond. Therefore, minimum 2 carbon atoms are present in that alkyl halide. Therefore, elimination reactions where we can represent this elimination reaction like this X, when you are treating with alcoholic KOH, alkaline KOH, this one molecule of HX minus HX gives you, rather you can say, we write this reaction in this manner. That means hydrogen eliminated as H plus, halogen eliminated as X minus, and the product HX, and a carbon-carbon double bond is generated between the two haloacids, two carbon atoms. So this is your alkene. So this reaction is called elimination reaction. And a particular example, if you say CH3 CH2 OH, ethyl alcohol, when it is heated with alcoholic KOH, heat it, you will get CH2 double bond CH2 plus water. Sorry. This is your bromide. Sorry, when ethyl bromide is treated with alcoholic KOH, you will get an NHBr. So this is ethylene or ethene. Ethylene or ethene, what we call it. So therefore, you can say wherever there is a alkyl halide containing more than one carbon atom, you can get alkenes. For example, you can say in case of CH3 CH, say Br CH3, the product form will be alcoholic KOH, the product form will be CH3 CH double bond CH2. But in case of unsymmetrical alkyl halide, the product form will be H per Shatzyv rules. In case of unsymmetrical alkyl halide, you can say CH3 CH Br CH2 CH3. And when you are heating with the alcoholic KOH, heat it, the product form will be CH3 CH double bond CH single bond CH3. This will be a major product, and the minor product will be CH double bond CH single bond CH2 CH3. So this product is as per Shatzyv rule. These products are as per Shatzyv rules. Shatzyv rule, which says that when elimination occurs in case of unsymmetrical alkyl halide, the major product will be that alkene which contains more number of substituents, and the minor product will be that alkene which contains less number of substituents on carbon-carbon double bond. So this is elimination reaction. As I have told you, alkyl halide gives you all type of reaction. Now let us come to the substitution type of reaction. Substitution reaction. Third type of reaction is called substitution reactions. Substitution reaction. The substitution reaction where the halogen atom is replaced by other groups. That means the substitution reaction you can represent Rx plus Y gives you Ry plus X. So here the substituent is your Y, the leaving group is your X. So usually alkyl halides gives you substitution nucleophilic reactions. Substitution nucleophilic reactions. Substitution nucleophilic reactions. Nucleophilic reactions. Substitution nucleophilic reaction, which is in short which can written as SN reaction. Substitution nucleophilic reactions, because alkyl halide is that of, you can say, we can write here X plus say any Y minus, you can say usually the nucleophiles are the atoms or group of atoms carrying negative charge or lone pair of electrons capable of donating that lone pair of electron. And we get, because here we see the carbon develops a fractional positive, this develops a fractional resistor, therefore the Y minus can attack this carbon atom and this one will be replaced to give you C Y plus X minus is the leaving group. So depending on the steps taken by this substitution reaction, the substitution reactions may be SN1 or SN2 reactions. Substitution nucleophilic reaction or substitution, it may be substitution SN1, that is substitution nucleophilic unimolecular reaction, and SN1 reaction, substitution unimolecular reaction. So this reaction is unimolecular because the reaction is a two-step reaction. This reaction is a two-step substitution. You can say it is a two-step reaction. Two steps reaction. The first step is ionization of the substrate, and the second step is the attack of the nucleophile. That is, you can say CX, this ionizes to give you C minus plus X minus. This is a very slow step, and second one is attack of the nucleophile, say Y minus. This is giving you fast step. This is a very fast step because the two ions are there, the product form will be Y. So substitution nucleophilic reactions are given by usually tertiary alkyl halides. Tertiary alkyl halides give substitution nucleophilic unimolecular reactions, where we can say tertiary alkyl halide R, this X plus Y minus, it gives, this is tertiary alkyl, this gives you you can say through SN1 mechanism we get R, C, R, Y plus X minus. Substitution nucleophilic unimolecular reactions are two steps process, and this is the unimolecular reaction or first order reaction kinetically, and also it if the substrate is a optically active compound, the final product will be as per racemic mixture. And SN2 reaction is substitution nucleophilic SN2 reaction, substitution nucleophilic reaction. It is known as substitution nucleophilic bimolecular reaction. Substitution nucleophilic bimolecular reaction. So this reaction is a two-step a one-step reaction where attack of the nucleophile and departure of the leaving group occurs simultaneously, and it is a second order reaction, and inversion of configuration occurs this reaction. So you can say we can represent this X plus Y, since the approach of the nucleophile will be from the back side, and the product form will be, of course, through a transition state where the formation of in-shape bond and the leaving of the departure of the leaving group occurs. This is called transition state, and finally we get a product where inversion of configuration occurs. See, this is called inversion of configuration reaction, and the reaction is SN2. So usually primary alkyl halide gives you this type of reaction. See, H plus, say OH minus, nucleophile is OH minus here. Then this attacks this group, so this departs, and we get a transition state OH minus where it is transition state. Finally we get a product where inversion of configuration occurs, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So SN2 reaction is a one-step process where attack of the nucleophile and departure of the leaving group occurs to give you the final product where the product is inverted. This reaction is called Walden inversion. And there are so many types of substitution reactions of alkyl halide, and the reactions are summarized. Substitution reactions may be summarized in this way. First is you can say reaction with HCN or potassium cyanide. You can say potassium cyanide. Alkyl halide reacts with potassium cyanide to give you corresponding alkyl cyanides, RX plus KCN gives you RCN plus KX, alkyl cyanide. For example, you can say if you take CH3Br plus potassium cyanide gives you CH3CN plus KBr. So here cyanide group is substituting the bromine atom, that is a substitution reaction. Second substitution reaction is reaction with potassium nitrate. Reaction with potassium nitrate. When alkyl halide is treated with potassium nitrate, we get alkyl nitrate. That means RX plus KNO3 gives you RNO3 plus KC. Another reaction I forgot to tell you. When this alkyl halide reaction with, you can say reaction with silver cyanide. Reaction silver cyanide. Potassium cyanide gives you alkyl cyanide, but silver cyanide gives you isocyanide, RX plus AgCN. It gives you RNC. This is alkyl isocyanide. Alkyl isocyanide plus AgX. What is the difference here? Potassium cyanide gives you alkyl cyanide, but silver cyanide gives you alkyl isocyanide. Now, third method, third substitution is reaction with silver nitrite, AgNO2. This substitution reaction also gives you alkyl nitrite. Here you can say RX plus AgNO2 gives you RNO2 plus AgX. Alkali cyanide, alkyl halide reacts with silver nitrate to give you nitroalkane. This is called nitroalkane. Nitroalkane. For example, CH3Br plus AgNO2, it gives you CH3NO2 plus AgBr. This is called nitromethane. This is nitromethane. Nitromethane. But on the other hand, if you treat with potassium nitrite, if this alkyl halide is treated with potassium nitrite, we get alkali nitrite, we get RONO plus KX. This is alkyl nitrite. This alkyl nitrite is an ester you can say, which you write it in this way, RON double bond O. So mark the difference. This potassium cyanide, you can alkyl cyanide, or silver cyanide, we call alkyl isocyanide. On the other hand, when you react with silver nitrate, you will get nitroalkane. But if you treat with potassium nitrate, we will get alkyl nitrite. So mark the difference. So these are all substitution reactions.